Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Ask Steph. I'm Stephanie Lillian, and every week I answer your yoga and meditation questions. This week the question's a little bit different. It's a little bit kind of like yoga meditation, but a little bit separate, kind of on lifestyle as well. The question that we have today is, how do I find my purpose in life? That is an amazing question, and I'm so happy to be answering that for you today because it's a question that I really spent a large portion of my life trying to find the answer for. So how do we go about finding our purpose in life? Well, there's many ways to go about it. I know for certain that I have spent many hours going on online quizzes and online tests and trying to figure out what career I should be doing and how I can make an impact in the world and all of that sort of stuff. But my answer for you today is a little bit different. While this might not be the answer that you are looking for or even expect to hear, it's one that I have found to be true for me and my journey. So I hope that by me sharing my answer with you, it helps you along with finding your purpose in life as well. So to get started, finding your purpose in life is a very heartfelt mission. When I first started my career, I started in the pharmaceutical industry. I had studied molecular and cellular biology in my undergrad. I got my master's in business and thought the perfect combo would be starting in the pharmaceutical industry, and that is what made sense for me. When I started my job as an analyst within a consulting firm in that industry, I felt like something was missing in my heart. There was this emptiness, this feeling that I wasn't fulfilling the purpose that I was put on this earth to fulfill. I wanted to have this great positive impact in the world, and that job just didn't feel like that's where I was supposed to be. All I could describe that feeling as was that there was an emptiness in my heart. Consequently, my journey while I was working in that career led me to doing my yoga teacher training. It led me to getting a certification as a level 2 Reiki healer. Eventually, it led me to getting a certification as a life coach as well. I didn't do these things though because that's what I knew I wanted to become. I did them because I was trying to cure myself. I felt like something was wrong with me. When I looked around at everybody at my company, everybody seemed to be content with going there every day. And yet I felt like something was off within me, and I was trying to dig and find this answer as to why I wasn't content and happy with showing up there day in and day out. So I took on and went into these programs as a way to examine myself, if you will. Little did I know that that self-examination would have led to me wanting to share these amazing practices with others. But let me tell you a little bit something that I found to be awakening. Though I eventually left my career and transitioned into holistic healing and yoga and meditation, that wasn't the end finale, the aha. That wasn't like, oh, everything's good now because I changed my career. That wasn't it. It wasn't my career that was hindering me from feeling this purposeful life. There was something deep down going on there. And though I began to explore yoga and meditation and life coaching in a deeper realm and help people out with it, there still felt like something was missing. And it wasn't as extreme as in my previous career, but it was this still kind of yearning for something. And what I found for myself was that this yearning for a purpose in life is much more than finding the correct career or realizing what I need to be doing in the world. It's much deeper than that. And it was more of a yearning for coming home. Not until I began to incorporate spirituality and fulfill my quest for a relationship with God, or whatever you believe in, but for me, is fulfilling a relationship with God and going to that calling, did I start to feel a sense of security and a sense of what I was doing was actually to fulfill my purpose in the world. So I'd like to encourage you that if you are in this wavelength of thought that you're sitting here trying to figure out what your purpose is in life and what you should be doing with your life in order to maybe make the world a better place or contribute more or simply find happiness within yourself, I'd like to encourage you that rather than starting with changing all your externals, i.e. your career, everything you're doing in your day-to-day, that you start within. And not only starting within, but starting by building a relationship with something more in life. And when I say something more, I'm talking about that esoteric or spiritual quality in the world. Whether you believe in God or Buddha or what have you, begin to cultivate a relationship with that. Because when you cultivate your relationship with God or the spiritual beings, whatever you believe in, you begin to be led to your purpose. And not only when you're led to your purpose do you just say, oh cool, now I'm doing what I'm doing, but you have this sense of groundedness and fulfillment within that otherwise you may not have had. Because whether this is news to you or not, whether you spend time contemplating this or not, but at some point, everything that we see, hear, taste, and touch will no longer be. All we will have left at the end of the day is our relationship to that something more. You came into your life just by yourself, and that's how you'll leave. But I'd like to encourage you that as you go through life, let go of this yearning for some sort of purpose outside of you and find it within. Because when you find it within, you will be led to it without. So as you approach this question, like I said, this may not be the answer that you were thinking of, or expecting from this video, but when you go about trying to find your purpose in life, I have found that in my journey, purpose and fulfillment in life does not come from what you do. It comes from how you go about doing it and your connection to life. I think I found in my life that at some point when I was striving to do all these things and make these things work outside of the pharmaceutical career, I realized that I was doing these things and I wanted this sense of purpose, so I felt valued, so I felt recognized and at home, and that I was worth something. And to be honest, I found those things that I subconsciously was yearning for by trying to find my purpose within God and a relationship to spirituality, if you will. So do some digging. And though you may be in a spot in your career right now that you really want to get out of or whatever it is, I promise you that those things will unfold in the best way possible when you begin to tune within. And we do that by simply being with ourselves. For me, it's the practice of yoga and meditation that led me to come inwards, and the conscious effort to create a faith-based practice within my life. For you, it may be something else. If you do want to join yoga and meditation, I'm always here for you with all of my classes. But my husband, as we met in the pharmaceutical world, his calling is golf. He now works as a professional golf instructor. And that's where he finds his peace and his connection. So everybody's different. So I'd encourage you to spend some time with yourself and explore that other side, that other realm of life that is truly eternal. And you may find your purpose in that. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope this video has left you a little bit enlightened, maybe shown you a different perspective on a question that may be recurring within your mind. Thank you so very much. I look forward to seeing you again. Namaste.